those that are on.
All right.
All right. Hello there. Hello, folks. I see some people coming on. Thank you for joining right on time. Exactly at 7 o'clock. We got some participants. If you would, you guys that are familiar with Zoom, if you would click raise your hand, let us know if you can hear and see us. Go ahead and say hello, Pete, as well.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right, cool. I see some hands going up. Great. All right. Cool. If you're on Facebook, let's see, we're supposed to be live on Facebook as well. Let's see how that's coming along. Let's see if that's actually working. Looks like it is. Okay.
It says live on Facebook here.
All right, I'm gonna. That's actually working. I see it is. Looks like it is. Okay.
It says live on Facebook here.
All right, cool. I'm shutting that off on my screen so I don't get the echo. Well, wonderful, guys. So if you're on Facebook, before we get started, Pete and I have just been chatting a little bit. He's down in Key Largo right now, and I'm over here in Southwest Florida. So Pete and I have been friends for several years on Facebook. He's been a member of Marketing Boost now for what, a couple of years, I guess, Pete?
Yeah. 2018, I believe I got started there.
Okay. I know that our when you joined me on my private page, you and I could never get along on the politics. I was our politics were never on the same page about anything.
Yeah,
but
that's the beauty of Marketing Boost. It doesn't matter, right? We can all get along when it comes to that, right?
It doesn't matter. But now that I know you're a scuba diver, I'm I have a whole new respect and liking for you. What the heck? So you're down in the Keys. You are down there scuba diving for the last, what, a week or two? How long you been there?
About a week and a half. We leave Sunday, I believe it is. So yeah, we're gonna be down here a total of 2 weeks.
And that's you and your wife that are your diving buddies that go every day?
Yeah, my fiance.
No,
my fiance. We're not married, but
okay. All right. Well, let me see everybody on Facebook and here in the chat. If you would tell us where you're coming to us from, I get a kick out of seeing how far away people are logging in from, or what part of the country, what part of the world. If you do that, I'd appreciate it. Give us some comments there. Hey, I see Jeffrey said hello on the Facebook page. Hey, Jeff. And we'll see who else is on. All right, let's take a look at the chat window here. We've got Rob from Miami.
I saw Australia a second ago.
All right, yep. Craig Hardwood, he's a loyal guy from Gold Coast, Australia. We've got Joseph in New York, Jeffrey in Fort Myers, Boston. All right, here they keep coming. Covington, Georgia, Las Vegas. Super. Well, we had about 150 people register for this event. And typically, let's see how many people actually make it on the call at 7 o'clock. Everybody had a long work day and try to come on at 7. Never know how many are going to make it. But so what time is it in Gold Coast, Australia right now? Craig, give us an idea. You're probably 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 9 a.m. over there. Oh, okay. Well, not too bad. All right, so let's get into it here, folks. What let me introduce. I'm excited to bring you today, Pete 𝗃𝗁𝗄𝐻. He's. Am I saying your last name right?
𝗃𝗁𝗄𝐻.
𝗃𝗁𝗄𝐻. Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's more down my line. I didn't want to say that. No,
but it's actually Greek. Yeah, it's actually a Greek last name. So
okay. But I like the tacos rings a good bell for me. That's what I just had for
dinner. Well, that was my nickname in high school. Hey, Taco, and then became my 3 younger brothers' nickname in high school, and my son's nickname in high school. In fact, his Letterman jacket, it just says Taco, T-A-K-O on the back.
Oh,
it became a term of endearment. At first, I didn't know how to take it, but after that, it was cool.
After that, it was cool. So Taco, okay. I love it.
Taco, yep.
That's like
Jeffrey got it.
In my case, it was Polo, Marco Polo.
yeah.
I had to live with that all my life. All right. So Pete's story, Pete, I want you, again, guys, he's a co-Marketing Boost member. He's been with us for years, been using Marketing Boost. He's proud to say, in a way, from, he's not a college educated, MBA and whatever, but he made a mega living and retired early and so forth with the skills of SEO. It was one of the things that got him there. So I want to turn it over to him, and we're just going to kind of go back and forth and interview you, Pete, a little bit about I'd like to ask you to start with your background. Tell us a little bit about how you got where you are, how you got to be spending, retiring early. I think you said you were 40 something when you first retired.
Yep. Yeah. I've actually really been retired since I was 45, and it was a life-changing event. And I'll leave it at that. Let's just put it that way. And I changed the way I thought about life and really what was important. But yeah, this actually will help open up some questions from the group and such, because even though things continuously change in SEO and search and all of that, a lot of it just is really the same. It's just fine-tuning things now. I got started just by buying a website once. I bought a website. It had a decent name, and within 3 or 4 months, somebody sent me an email and wanted to buy the domain. And this is something I bought while I was training to be general manager for a big franchise restaurant group. And I was on the road for 3 months. So to keep myself out of trouble, I brought a laptop, I bought a website, started putting content on it, not really for anything besides just fun. Was able to flip it in 3 months for 10 grand for, with really nothing but the name. That was my first introduction into, making money online at all. But because I was training, I finally completed the training and I just went right into the restaurants. Right.
That's not a bad way to start. I don't know too many people out of the gate made 10 grand on a URL. So good deal.
Yeah. It was just dumb luck, to be honest with you. I mean, it was at the height, well, not the height, but like at the beginning when mixed martial arts started getting really popular. And the first couple of UFCs hit the airwaves. I bought a site. It was called Combat Athlete. That was the name of the domain. And then somebody ended up buying it, and they were opening a martial arts school and all that good stuff. So they ended up buying it for that amount. But at that time, it didn't click. I'm kind of dense. I was in there and I was, training to work for this corporate entity. So I sold it. Soon after that, I went and, worked for them. And eventually I circled back around. I ended up, working as a district manager for a retail chain in Florida. And I was getting bored with that, right? So I ended up buying another domain. I was like, maybe I can start making a little money on the side. So I created my first website, like for real, for me, that was intended to like turn a profit. So I registered a domain name, I put some products on there, I found like a wholesaler that would drop ship, all of that good stuff. And a week would go by, a month would go by, and I'd say, why in the heck are people not automatically finding my website? That's when my education began. I started learning, okay, you have to do things to rank, just putting up a product isn't enough. You have to structure your page, you have to research what people are looking for. And by trial and error, then I started, to buy a domain is super cheap.
In the early days, years ago, in the early days, it was quite a bit easier. I mean, I remember back in the early day, a URL was like the main thing you had to have. I remember we had websites when I was in the travel business in the 90s. I was on the internet marketing before Google and before Facebook.
Yep.
And back then, we had a website called, I was trying to market Orlando. And so I, for travel. So I had a website, or DisneyVacationTickets.com kind of thing, and huge long URLs was half the battle if your URL had all the keywords. Does that still matter today?
You know what? I have found that it does help. Google, Bing, even Bing, has gotten a little better at really figuring out if the site has the content. But, you know, you could register a domain name, put content up, and even if it's not on page one, you'll see you're getting credit for your actual name, even if you're not targeting it. I have a site that I created. That's the one I was making some money from Marketing Boost, that I really just created to teach others how to like build a site. And I was doing stuff like a couple of times a week, and I would post it in a little group just to show people so they can follow along. And it had the name of the domain had nothing to do with really anything. You know, it was just a random domain name, but it's ranking. Like, it's called 𝗷𝗷𝗍𝗍. So it's ranking for 𝗷𝗷𝗍𝗍, even though I haven't targeted that keyword. But the site name, the URL, all of that has those words in it. So it's in there somewhere around position 40 or 50, you know, not page one, not anything that'll get you traffic, but it's not targeted at all. You know, I haven't tried to brand it at all, but it does show up.
For Marketing Boost, that used to rank on page one. Is that still, let me see if I still find that one. Maybe not, but yeah, it used to be up there on page one.
Yeah, it was up there for Marketing Boost Review. I redid the content. Like I said, I was telling you prior to coming on, I kind of left the site alone for about 2 years. I didn't do anything, and it was still generating revenue. But then Google decided that, hey, you know, we like longer form content. In other words, my 500-word articles weren't cutting it anymore. They were looking for more meat. So, you know, I put together some new content for Marketing Boost just recently, a week or two ago. Maybe about 3 weeks ago, and it's already starting to creep back up because it simply disappeared. I mean, if you saw the graph of how my keyword rankings went, you know, they topped off around 2019, and then they hit the toilet. And then when I revisited it a couple of months ago, I was like, oh, time to redo, you know, some of the content.
So maybe some of my SEO is pushing you down finally. I get it. So no, well, let me let you roll with it for a while, and based on your, you know, your content here, I might jump in with a question, or those of you in the chat on Facebook or whatever, please, if something comes to mind, go ahead and type it in, and I will, you know, relay your question to Pete as he's rolling away. There's a lot of content to cover on, you know, on trying to be an SEO expert in 45 minutes here on the call is not going to happen. You're not going to learn it all, but we do want to try to give you the basics and the foundation of what you need to do. So take it away, Pete.
You actually started with a very nice segue. It was like, you know, the domain name and you know, is that a ranking factor? And, you know, you'll hear different opinions on that. But like I said, just from my experience and seeing, you know, how sites are ranking and how they're structuring their URLs, it does matter, and it does help. Might not get you all the way to page one, but it'll give you a jump start. So one of the things that I mentioned that I might talk about was whether you should go for a branded keyword, or if you, domain, or if you should use a keyword domain. Ideally, the keyword and the brand would be, both would matter, right? So you could create a domain where it's highly searched, but it's also brandable. Other times people use a mixture. Jim's Pest Control, that's brandable and it has a keyword in the domain. So you can kind of do a little bit of both, and I definitely recommend it if you can get away with something like that to really influence your rankings. The downside to just creating a brand is that you have to get the brand out there before you're a household name. The advantage of getting a brand is that you're going to rank for your brand. So if everybody is looking for Marketing Boost, they're not necessarily, your competitors aren't going to necessarily try to or be able to rank for marketing boost, even if they offer the same exact services, right? They're going to target, you know, incentive programs or loyalty programs or something like that. But their page is not going to rank for marketing boost. So you became a brand and people actively search you. On the flip side of that, people who don't know who marketing boost is might search travel incentive programs, and you still need to be able to rank for that. And if your site has travel incentive in the domain name and the URL, it's going to have a little bit of a better chance to rank for the keywords related to that.
What about subdomains?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But let me ask you, do subdomain keyword rankings help at all? So if my main URL is marketing boost, but I have a subdomain page for you know, Vegas complimentary incentive, whatever, you know, and I make some long subdomain with keywords in it, does that help?
Yep, absolutely. Because the theory is Google ranks pages, not necessarily sites. So they find the best page that can offer the user. So if somebody's looking for a Las Vegas trip, it'll be the subdomain. It'll be the second part of the URL that matters to them. It won't necessarily be the home page. So it might be, we'll use the sister company, Book VIP. So bookvip.com/Las Vegas will be the page that's served up for somebody looking for a Las Vegas trip.
Right. So if I had I could go further and go Las Vegas, Sahara Hotel, you know,
absolutely.
so
Absolutely. Yes, that's exactly correct. So, and that has also a lot to do with site structure too. So you have your main domain, and then you have, let's say, a category, which the category in this case is Las Vegas. And then beyond that, underneath Las Vegas, you have the Sahara Hotel or whatever hotels are in there. So your domain might be marketingboost.com/Vegas or Las Vegas/Sahara Hotel. And that'll be the page that, you know, is served up to the consumer when they do a search in Google, Bing, Yahoo, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as branding and or keyword domains, it's really a personal preference, but if it were me, I would try to at least have a partial keyword in the domain name itself, just to give yourself a better, you know, opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course, that can be difficult. You end up having to sometimes be prepared to pay a premium for that URL.
Yes,
you know,
yes, you have to be. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, we did that. You know, we, as everybody may know, we rebranded Marketing Boost a couple of times. We started out with advertising bait, and that was cheap and affordable, and we bought that for $9, whatever it was, and we got started. But then we got, you know, comments from the team and from members that a different name would be better. They didn't like the bait attached to it, like bait and switch. So we rolled into advertising boost, which was you know, somewhat affordable. We bought that name, and in the end, we realized, you know, nobody considers himself a marketer anymore. I mean, an advertiser anymore. Everybody's a marketing guru. So everybody's got somebody on their team who thinks he's a marketing guru. So we flipped it. We decided we needed to be Marketing Boost, and then that cost us a very hefty fee to buy that name, but been well worth it, because the organic traffic we get alone is unbelievable. But anyway, continuing to let you roll along.
No, and that's an excellent point, because a lot of the good keyword domains are taken, but you might get lucky. Really, just like, I'll give you an example of one that I just experienced. We decided that, hey, you know, we'd love to scuba. I'm starting back up messing around with SEO again and all of that. So we decided, me and my fiance, let's create it like a scuba page, you know, like a scuba site does reviews on gear, equipment. I mean, God knows we buy enough of this crap. And, you know, half the time we keep it, half the time we end up either sending it back or sticking it in a corner somewhere. So why not review it and all that? So I was looking for domain names, scuba related, and I found a domain name that's never been previously registered. It was never, it wasn't owned by anybody. It was First Stage Scuba. First Stage, if anybody that does scuba, is a part of your scuba gear. A first stage is the part that makes the air breathable from your scuba tank. So that's an actual product, a scuba first stage. And I looked it up, and that particular keyword, First Stage Scuba, it gets you know, a couple hundred searches a month, or at least over 100, that I know, just that keyword alone. So as soon as I start putting content on it, I have a chance to rank on page 1 pretty quickly for First Stage Scuba, which happens to be my domain name. And like I said, that piece of equipment is not cheap. So if I can find an affiliate program, write up a couple of reviews, people click, convert, you know, pretty quick way to make some money. So you can get lucky if you look around and you hunt around. But yeah, sometimes you'll find that the really good domain that you want,
the perfect domain name
is taken. Yep.
Now, speaking of that, we talked earlier about digging around, you know, searching. Talk to us about domain keyword or keyword research. You know, what is a good way to find what keywords are being ranked for what?
Okay. All right. So to do it the free way, you can go to Google Keyword Planner. You would have to sign up for a Google AdWords account. They will ask you for a credit card, but you don't have to set up any ads. So they just do that, but no money will come out unless you schedule some ads. So you can do that completely free. And then, hold on, let me see if I can share my screen here, because I did pull up Google Keyword Planner. Let me.
Hit that red button in the middle. I mean, green button.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Let me see here if
Keyword Planner. I'm writing that down myself just to make sure if anybody asks me later, I can remember.
Let's see here. Are you seeing the screen? Or am I still
not seeing it yet? No.
Oh, no. Let me see here. I just did this and now I can't even. Sorry, guys. I'll try to get this.
Believe it or not, guys, Pete, this is Pete's first Zoom call. He's been like under a rock for the last.
I sure have. I sure have.
Maybe he's been underwater for the last year diving, and hasn't been called for a Zoom call. There we go.
Okay, are you seeing it?
Yes, we see it now.
Okay, good. All right. So what was it, about a couple of weeks ago, I did a video just showing how easy it is to create your own website with WordPress, and I posted it in the Marketing Boost Entrepreneur group. And the site that I kind of mocked up, I just made one up on I focused on pest control Tampa, just to kind of have some sort of structure to show the group. So I came into Keyword Planner and I'm like, okay, let me see what kind of keyword volume Pest Control Tampa has. So as you can see here, when I plugged it in, it says the average monthly search is 1 to 10,000. That's a huge range, which is one of the reasons why I don't use the Keyword Planner that much. But if you want a free option, it gives you an idea if there's volume. It tells you their version of what the competition is like. They say medium, but then it tells you also for pay-per-click purposes, just pay-per-click purposes, what the bids are for that keyword. So the more the bid is, the more value that the keyword should have. So if somebody lands on your page, you know, you can kind of gauge what kind of conversion that these companies are getting. So you can see here a bid is between $8.49 to $34.35 for every click that comes through. That can get pricey pretty fast. You know, you get 10 or 15 clicks at $35, you know, that can get pretty expensive. But it goes to show you people are paying that. And there's a reason they're paying that. So that particular keyword has some value. Okay. That's one example.
So if you're gonna build a page for that keyword, you better have a good call to action, and it better be something you're gonna grab a lead from, or make sure you're generating something to pay for that lead.
Right. Now, if you're gonna do it through SEO, there's a keyword that you want to focus on.
Right.
So you want to have a dedicated page, or you want to maybe make the entire site about, you know, Tampa pest control. So you can name it whatever, Joe's Pest Control, or Joe's Pest Control Tampa, or hell, if Tampa Pest Control is available, grab that, which I doubt. But if that were available, grab that as a domain, and you can really call it anything you want. I mean, you can have a domain that says Tampa Pest Control, but the name be Joe's Pest Control Service. You know, come find us at 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗄.com. There's no law against that. So you can brand your site name and still have a keyword URL. So that's another way to go about it. You don't have to name your business after your URL. Which
means you could have multiple URLs while you're at it. I mean, they could all drive the, you could have a page, you know, Joe's Tampa Pest Control, or Tampa or Pest Control Tampa, whatever it is, have your almost similar content of another page that might be your branded URL, where you're actually sending paid ads or what have you.
And that's correct. And you don't necessarily even have to go that far. I mean, if you go, Orkin has a really nice layout for their site. And as you know, they're a nationwide company, yet they manage to rank in just about every area. Yeah. If you go to their page, you can see their site structure. In fact, I will open a new tab here and pull them up real quick.
Show us the site structure.
This gives you an excellent idea, no matter what industry you're in. Uh-oh. I'm getting a notice here about system resources. Maybe I need to close a particular page. You guys still seeing and hearing me?
Yep. We see you, we hear you, and we're see your structure page.
Okay.
Well, I'm going before you close Windows. Is working.
Okay. Let's see here. I got to drag the toolbar out of the way if I can. There we go. Now I can get back to the Orkin page. All right. So as you can see, their page is, it's just orkin.com. It's branded. Obviously, it's not a keyword domain. It goes over, you know, what they offer. Obviously, termite control is very important to them. So is bed bugs, because not only do they have pest control, they have termite control and bed bugs across the top of their menu. This is for purposes of navigation for the consumer, but also very good for ranking purposes. It really lets Google know these are important keywords, and this is what the site is about. And then it goes into services, and it breaks it down even more. And then a library, which is the library is mostly a blog, but it allows them to continue to build content. Up here, you see locations. So let's take a peek at a location. I'm going to enter something close to where I actually live. Let's see if I. Remember, guys, I'm on a hotel's Wi-Fi. All right, so there we go. This is the page that I get served up, which is in the Tampa area. And it has all of these local areas listed because they're trying to rank for anybody who does a search on like pest control in Newport Richey or pest control in Brandon. pest control in Clearwater, Oldsmar. You get the picture. I don't have to like read them all off, but
Yeah, they're
you
covering it
can
all.
see what they're doing. You can see what they're, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask you to remind me of the paid company you use for keyword search.
Oh, I use SEMrush right here. I did the same keywords in SEMrush. This is absolute. I've been using this thing for about 10 years and I cannot live without it. I put in the same search term here and it gives me the volume. This one says about 1.3, 1,300 a month. And it gives me a difficulty, and the difficulty is based on the other page one results. So it works like a stoplight, red, yellow, green. Yellow is possible, green is easy, red is difficult, depending on the brands. Gives me an average cost per click right there. As you can see, it says $18.72. So it's a pretty expensive keyword. And then it gives me variations as well as the difficulties. And these are all expandable. So I can click view all 404. It's got related keywords. So it gives you nice targets.
So those 404 words that it's going to show you there, those long form keywords are going to be ideas that you could grab to put into your copywriting to try to rank for some of those keywords.
That is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You go in there and you don't necessarily have to create a domain for every version of this keyword, because as you can see, pest control in Tampa or pest control Tampa is phrased a handful of different ways. But Google has their algorithm can detect what you're looking for. And if you rank for pest control Tampa, you're probably going to rank for pest control Tampa, Florida, and so on and so forth, or Tampa pest control companies. So as you can see, all of those keywords have their own volumes. So cumulatively, you could go from 1,300 potential visits, depending on where you rank, a month to several thousand, based on all the variations. So that's exactly right. You go in and you create content based around the keywords you're trying to rank for. If you don't have the content, Google will not know that your page is valuable for a reader looking for that content.
Right. They won't relate it to your target that you're trying to get people searching for.
That's right.
What does this service cost you?
It's $119 a month.
Okay. So for anybody using this, this is not something, I mean, if I was launching a website and I wanted to make sure I had the best possible SEO, I could sign up for this for a month or two and, try to use it all I need, and then I could drop it, or is it an annual commitment with them?
Oh, no, there's no commitment. You can actually sign up for a free plan, and you can get like 10 searches every day. You can get 10 searches daily. They're limited into the information they give you, but you can keep that indefinitely. But with the upgraded plan, you get all kinds of information. I have the very basic paid plan, and I can't really, I don't even use it all I can. It gives me like 3,000 different search opportunities every single day. I don't need all of that, for myself. You could even run a couple other people's sites with the plan.
Right. Yeah. People normally paying that, they're in the business. So when if you're paying it and using it and you're doing SEO for other clients, then you need this or more.
Yeah. This is one that I just, I lean on for all my research. There's more to it than just finding keywords. I'll give you an example. I can actually go in and see all the keywords that a particular page is ranking for. This is where it really gives you some great ideas. You can go in, just to kind of, let's hit best pest management here. And this should pull up the best pest management domain, which is ranking #1 right now for pest control in Tampa. but it is going to show me all the keywords that they do rank for. And then I can kind of build my strategy around that.
So Ray mentioned that I couldn't hear me very well. Is that I moved my microphone closer to me? Is it better now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, hopefully everybody else can as well. Too far from the microphone. Thank you for pointing that out, Ray Cardova, over on the Facebook. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's taking a little time to populate, but what I was getting at is just doing the keyword research is one of the aspects of this tool. It's got so many different tools that you can use, even to like create content. But one of my favorite parts of this is you can put in a domain and see the keywords that they rank for. And that gives you even more ideas. So if you don't know what keywords to target, just look at somebody doing what it is you want to do already. Put in their domain, it'll show you what the domain is ranking for. So in this particular case, it's showing that they get around 1,900 visits a month based on their keyword ranking. What their traffic costs would be if they were paying pay-per-click. So these are organic rankings, but if they were bidding on those keywords, this is what it would cost them. So it would cost them $30,000 a month to get the same traffic using pay-per-click.
Wow.
Does that make sense? So that's the value of those keywords based on what people are bidding. Is there any question about that?
So I come in here, if I'm seeing a competitor to marketing boost kicking my ass, I could come in here, put their keyword, their URL in here, and then I can see what they're ranking for, what their traffic is.
That's correct. And then you can change, create a page to, to target that same keyword. So look, if, for example, here are some of their top organic keywords and what their positions are, right? Best termite and pest control. So there's one that's only 90 searches a month, but that's still, they're ranking #1. They're getting the lion's share of those searches. Best pest control. And guess what their domain name is? They rank #7 for best pest control, which is 6,600 searches a month. And their domain is bestpestmanagement.com. That's not a coincidence.
Right.
And they're ranking #1 for best termite and pest. Best pest, they're ranked #3, 720 searches a month. All right. But they have 198 organic keywords. So I can go in here and see what some of those other keywords are, kind of gauged what the difficulty might be, and then start targeting them and picking them off myself. I would probably start with lower volume, lower difficulty, even if it is lower volume, because if a keyword gets 40 or 50 searches a month, that's not a lot. But if you get 10 or 20 of those, then it starts to add up little by little. And here, as you can see, it gives me a list, and I can sort it. I can click these columns. So keyword difficulty, volume, what their estimated traffic is based on their position, or I can sort it by position. Right now I have it sorted from #1 down. So I have it set to see where they're ranking the highest, but I can also start scrolling and see the other keywords that are available to me. Okay, home pest control in Tampa. All right, I can see that they rank #2 for that. It's got a volume of 30. It's got a difficulty of 35. If I'm going to target a keyword that has that kind of difficulty, I might go for something a little bit more with a little more traffic. So you can kind of focus your efforts where it's wise. Pest control services Tampa. So they really focus on Tampa. I was hoping to see some of the other surrounding areas, but I guess, oh, by the way, this is another good case in point here. From that one keyword, Tampa pest control, I have a whole list of other Tampa pest control related keywords just in this one area, just this one service area. Look at all this termite inspection in Tampa, best termite tenting companies near me, termite inspections, all of those those keyword volumes add up. 10 here, 20 there, 100, 390 right here, 90. So 720. Yep.
So to summarize here, what we're, at least on this subject, what we're doing is we're coming into a site like this get the free version. Will the free version give me this?
It'll give you, I believe it'll give you like 10 of the keywords that they rank for, but it'll give you an idea. So if you think, oh my God, everybody's looking for this particular product or this particular concept that I have, right? I want to start a business or I want to start a website. You could plug it in and at the very least get an idea if anybody's searching for it, because what you think might be something that's being searched for might not be. But then you could also think to yourself, okay, there's a company that offers something similar to what I want to do. Let me plug in their domain and see what it is that people are actually looking for. Right. And then you can get ideas doing it that way as well. So you can plug in the keyword if you think you have a concept that's being searched for, or you can look at somebody that's doing something similar to what you're planning on doing, put in their entire domain, and then just see what it is that people are searching for and how they're getting their traffic.
That's pretty cool. Rob says in here that it's only free for a week now, so maybe they changed their.
They may have. Like I said, I've had this for about 10 years. I don't know what changes after a week. I still believe you get like some very limited searches after that, but like I said, I definitely could be wrong on that, and I might be because it's been so long.
Anyway, it could be an investment worth $120 a month or whatever for a couple of months while you are digging, researching, building your foundation, building the foundation of your website with the content and the keywords. And you're taking these long form keyword examples and trying to write articles about it. I guess talk to us about making it, how to make sense of it for Google to the Google algorithm gods to find it. I mean, you can't just just put in all these keywords and just pile them all up where they don't make any sense. You've got to write something that makes sense that Google will realize you're just trying to pack your page with keywords.
That's correct. So your pages, they really, the site itself, as I mentioned earlier, has to have a structure that makes sense. Looking at the Orkin site, it makes perfect sense. It's got the pests, it's got a spot for locations. So it's clear to the consumer that visits the site where to go. It's also clear to the search engines, because we know that the search engines use crawlers, little what they call spiders, that they visit your site and they follow the links in your site. If your content is buried, pages and pages deep, like a typical blog, for example, you might have this great piece of content, but it's buried way back in page 5 of your archives. It's not going to be found by the consumer, and it's probably not going to be found by the search engine, so it won't rank. So you start there by creating a good site structure. I'll just give you a visual. I have nothing to do with this site, but this guy's a pretty good, not pretty good, he's a damn good SEO, what I would call a guru. The site structure, you got the home page, then you got the major areas here, like for example your services, your location, and then maybe additional information or whatever you want here. Then you have some sub pages. Good rule of thumb is, like, if you really want it to rank and it's really important to you, it should not be more than 3 clicks away from entering your home page, right? So if you have a product or a service that you're trying to sell, they shouldn't have to click more than three layers deep. All right, so you do that by putting it in your top level menu, like on the Orkin page. So you go to pest control, then you click that, and then you move on from there as far as what exactly it is that you're looking for.
Like in their case, we see they put their navigation with their top 3 keywords that they want to display as their first as navigation, and then they add their all services with the access.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to get choppy here. So
now I got a question from someone. Petula here says, how does this rank you in the map pack?
Okay, now what you have to do is obviously you have to set up a Google My Business account. It ranks a little differently. That's very interactive, and structured citations are important, and also reviews. However, there is SEO, and actually how well your website is set up is a ranking factor in the Google Places or the Google My Business 3-pack that shows up, or sometimes it's more, sometimes it's like a 5-pack or what have you, but it is a ranking factor on that. It's not the most important ranking factor, but it is a factor. So having the page structured and that makes sense impacts where you rank in the map pack as well. I actually have a little article about it. I'll post it in the comment when we're done here. I'll go to the entrepreneur. I actually wrote it's a couple of years old, but it still stands up. They did research and they kind of broke down what the ranking factors are for local businesses in the Google Maps or the Google 3-pack.
Okay.
So, we were talking about content structure as well. So once you have the site structure kind of laid out, you have your important, topics. For example, we'll talk about pest control again, pest control, locations, what have you. Then you have the content, and you don't want to stuff it. You want to structure it in a way that answers the questions that the consumer might have about your whatever the product is or whatever the service is. Let's see here. We'll go back to these people. So as you can see here in bold, they have headings. Okay. They have what the page is about. It's about their pest control. Then they talk about the different pests. And then they have an option here to search for your particular location. And then they talk more about pests. So what I have noticed recently is that most of the really high ranking pages are starting to become real content hubs. For example, I'll show you one that I've been looking at quite a bit. And let's see. This is a site that doesn't look like much when you first visit it. It's called Outdoor Gear Lab. It just looks like basically a blog and it's reviews. But doing some research on this site, I found that they get about 2.5 million visits a month. They have really no Google AdWords. They don't have any captures. All they do is provide reviews and make money from clicking links and buying product, right? So as you can see, their structure here, they have it broken down: men's, women's, footwear, backpacking. And then when you select one, within that page is a ton of more content. So this particular page has links to other pages related to climbing. And then when you select one of the categories within that page, they have a ton of more content. Now, you can see here with the way they structure it, they give you a basic overview. They talk about the top products, and then they start breaking down the products specifically. Best for climbing, heavy loads. They have a comparison.
Yeah.
And then they continue to, like, this page probably has 5,000 or 6,000 words of content. And then they link out to other pages. So they talk about, they have the analysis and test results. So they use keywords in here that matter. durable materials, sticky rubber soles, you know, related keywords also, like you were talking about. You don't have to necessarily keyword stuff. You don't want to continuously repeat climbing shoes, or approach shoes, because this particular page is about best approach shoes. Or you don't want to just continuously repeat that same keyword over. You want to talk about the different features of whatever your product is and use related terms as well that stay on the topic.
Yeah, the artificial intelligence of something like Google will figure out that you're not writing anything that makes any real sense, and
Yep.
get out.
Well, that and I believe that you know, the bounce rate on your site also will matter. So if Google notices that people come onto your site and they just jump off after 10 seconds, you're probably going to lose some organic ranking.
Another question for you from a member here. What would you rank? How would you rank? How important are reviews about your product or service within your site?
Well, last time I checked, which was a while ago, roughly 70% of people looked at reviews before making a buying decision when they bought online. So that's very important. But as far as a ranking factor, for local, it's huge. It's one of the major ranking factors. You know, if you're doing something national, that's not necessarily like a local business, like this site here that we're all looking at together. It's not a local business. It's not going to show up in a 3-pack. So if somebody does a review about their site, I don't know that it's going to affect them as much as, you know, the content and the way they structure their site and so on. But for a local pack, reviews gives you credibility, first of all. Yeah. You know, and it also speaks to the quality of the service you offer. So Google tends to rank those.
Give that some importance. Do you need to spend a lot of time with worrying about trying to build backlinks, social links to get ranked?
Depends on what your keyword targets are. Yeah, backlinking is the I think
that used to be the gold standard. How many backlinks you had?
Yeah, it used to be, you know, how many, and then Google started with the anti-spam. Now it's more about relevance and the quality of the links. But yeah, you know, the more competitive your keywords are, the more backlinks you're really going to need to rank for that. So I was looking over a site for one of the members, and he was targeting an insurance product. You know, just so happens insurance is probably one of the most competitive industries out there, with a lot of big players, with a lot of capital and so on. So to rank for some of those keywords, especially if you're targeting national, it's going to take some backlinks, you know, and there's ways to go out there and get them. You know, some people like to try to spam. The problem is, you know, you might rank, you might not. And if this is like a real business that you're going to keep and run for a long time, like you're building, like you have an actual, for example, you have a brick and mortar business, and this site is going to be attached to your business for a long time. You know, it gets risky. It gets risky to
do it slow and do it right.
Do it slow and do it right. I mean, there's ways to do it.
Would you recommend hiring someone to, you know, or is there services to help create those backlinks properly, or are they mostly all?
A lot of them are just going to try to buy backlinks. They're going to take some of the money that you give them. And I'm sorry to say it this way, because, you know, it's the truth. Someone are going to take some of the money you're paying them and then pay somebody else to try to get a link from their site. Maybe not terrible, I guess, you know, but some of their links, some of the sites that these links go on sell links to anybody. So they're not
credibility to that backlink.
And yeah, there's no topical relevance and anything like that. You might be better off partnering with like local businesses. So I keep using pest control just because it's the thing that I did a couple of weeks ago. But like as a pest control, I might talk to a lawn care guy, you know, that I'm buddies with, and create an article for him. You know, hey, I'll create a blog post for you, you know, and then just link back to my pest control page, like that. And you get some topical relevance. You also get some location relevance. So, if he's local to Tampa, and so am I.
So maybe like join a chamber of commerce.
That's right. Those are
organized that everybody in the chamber share links, publish links back and forth.
Yep. You can look at local business directories to get like legitimate links that are not frowned upon. Better Business Bureau, sign up your site. They give you a link to. There's different things you can do. I actually, the other day, there's a free Microsoft Bing course to learn pay-per-click. I strictly took it because I could get a link. Because once you complete the course, if you pass, they let you put in your website. So boom, there you got a link from Bing, which is a highly relevant and trustworthy domain. And that was a free link. People are charging, like, honestly, people are charging hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for a link on some of these big sites. Like one link on Forbes, something like that could run $1,500, $200, and it's questionable how much it really will help you right away.
So I signed up recently for a service called 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗍, and basically it was like a PR publication press. I could have someone on my team, and I edited it myself, and we wrote articles about marketing boosts and about some of the speakers we were interviewing for these webinars, for example. And then I'd publish them out there throughout this PR platform, and it would, boom, it published them on hundreds of websites for a small fee. It was like a $2,000 investment for a post a week or whatever it is. And so, like $100 a post. But each one of them is published on 400 page, news sites and what have you, all over the internet, and those are all backlinks, back to my pages as well.
Yeah, and there are legitimate ways to go out there and pay for, to pay and get links, because there's a lot of sites out there that aggregate content. Press release. If you issue a press release that shows up and people pick it up, and some people will post it on their sites, that's totally legitimate. If I go out tomorrow and I video a whale shark in Key Largo, and I post it on my page, issue a press release, and other sites pick it up, totally legitimate,
Right. So
and it'll help me.
You can use the free press release services, or you can,
even if I buy it, it's not that, it's a totally legitimate way to get some backlinks, get some juice to your site, and hopefully other people pick it up and post it on their sites. Just say, hey, check it out. Look, a whale shark in Key Largo yesterday. Maybe even a news channel picks it up. That would be fantastic. Something along those lines. So there are ways to go out there and do it. You could do it free. There are free press release services. You can offer to write for other sites. If you've already have an existing site and it's structured correctly, the keyword research is on point, you just aren't breaking through to page 1. You're like stuck on page 3 or something. You might just need to get some backlinks to that page or to your site, and then you can start reaching out, doing blog posts. That's what I was doing when I was with Michigan State and Villanova. I was doing outreach most of the time. Trying to get backlinks, sending emails to other webmasters from other schools and different business blogs and creating content.
I'm sharing my screen for a moment.
Very cool.
Just to show the site that I signed up for this service. And I found some good value in it. It's called 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗍. And you can come in here and create PR releases, public relations releases. So you can see here, I was doing one for each of these events that we're doing. Actually, I forgot to do one for your event here, Pete, but I've been I'll publish it after the fact here and do an article about what we did for SEO, and then publish it with a link to this recorded video and what have you. But we would, with these publications, it would end up delivering it to blog posts, podcasts, slideshows, video for YouTube, etc.
That's very cool.
And the service helps me write it properly. When I went in to do this, it would, it would guide me into making sure I'm writing a press release that would be accepted by the, by the Google, I mean, the PR gods, to make sure it would actually get picked up by
That's right.
companies. So when I came in here and go back to, for example, a reporting on this, I'd come in here and let's see, look at report, and I'd have, it ranked here. They were telling me, okay, keyword rank for 208 keyword rankings. The articles was published in what was it here? All of these different websites. Oh, here's the distribution list: 457.
Nice.
News outlets were picking it all up, and of course, I'm paying for this service. This company helps get it all delivered, but it actually helped me on, if I go to Marketing Boost right now and search for Marketing Boost, I'll show you one of them that actually ranked now. Oops, it ranks. It ranks on page 1 here. Maybe I got to do Marketing Boost without that. Let's see here. One of the articles I'm referring to is ranking on page 1. Of course, I want to show you, it's not here. It is. Marketing Boost member gets $700,000 in course sales. This was one of the articles that finally made it up onto page 1 here. There's a few others for different keywords popping up, but here's where I could actually use that. Yep. as seen on CBS. There's others in here that picked up by affiliates of Fox News. So I could say as seen on Fox, as seen on CBS.
That's right.
And so forth.
That's great for social proof, man, on your website. So even doing a press release, something you put on your homepage, as seen on, CBS, NBC, Fox, that gives you that clout.
So after those got published, the two big ones that picked us up was CBS and Fox. So I'm putting it on the website, boom.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, that's it. Again, somebody was asking, how do you create backlinks? Well, I'm no expert at it, but that's one way that we did it anyway.
Well, press releases, I did find something very interesting. Now that you mentioned with the press release ranking, I was just doing some, like I said, I goof around with the keyword research all the time. It's something, I don't know if I have this weird fetish doing. So I found a pretty competitive keyword in the weight loss. And I went to page 1 and one of them was a press release. And I was like, man, that makes no damn sense, because the other ones were, really high value websites. And you have one. So I opened up the press release and it was basically a review of different affiliate products. And any of those links you click took you to buy it. And, whoever wrote that press release would make a commission on it. So press releases can rank. And in fact, I did it myself a few years ago. I wrote a press release and I scheduled it to go live around 5 a.m. on Black Friday. And it was, I was targeting, I think, an Xbox, and I had an Amazon link in the press release. So when it got released that morning and people were getting up early to go shopping and they were looking up like Xbox deals or whatever, or, Amazon deals on Black Friday, that press release was showing up. And just from that one press release, it was like $1,500 in Amazon commissions just for that one day on a press release. So yeah, if you find a good press release company that like you have, that does a lot of different, because it looks like they do, like you said, they do the YouTube, they do different citations also. It's not just the press release. So yeah, that's a really good avenue, especially when you're getting started and not really sure how to get some exposure for your site. And it's really a natural thing to do. It's one of the first things people do when something new happens. They issue a press release. Every company does it. And it's nothing Google will frown upon and look, penalize your site for. So that's an excellent way to get fast traction.
Absolutely. This is something I'll try to Heck, I'll see if I have my affiliate link for Amplifier. I'll publish it in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean,
it's a worthwhile service. I mean, I'm not pitching anybody else's product, but I am trying to guide you with ideas that do work. You know, and it's not necessarily going to. I mean, it's part of the mix. There's no
Right.
one thing that's going to be the bullet that says takes you from, you know, from 0 to page 1 ranking overnight. Everything takes time. SEO is a long form investment. And let me ask you a question. You know, this trend right now with click funnels, and everybody's building, you know, the 1-page funnels, and I'm building them myself for my own services and clients. You know, because a website, from the way I understand it, you know, a website, you got all the navigation, people hit your website. There's so much information to consume. You're trying to get everything on the page so that Google ranks you. You're giving them so many outlets of directions they can go in that they're on your website, they're clicking around, but they never took action. And then you got to depend upon remarketing, retargeting them so that when they go elsewhere on the internet, you can chase them down, keep your ads in front of them, and then hopefully bring them back in for the buying decision later.
Yep.
And you have to give those touch points 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 times before the client actually becomes a customer.
That's true.
But the sales funnel process is designed to, you know, one product, one, you know, you're taking them down from prospect to all the way down to make one decision, whatever that call to action is. Book an appointment, buy a product. How complex would it be to get ranking on sales funnel 1-page, you know, one long form sales funnel pages?
That I think would be challenging, unless it's like, unless somebody's specifically looking for something really salesy, you know, something really designed, like they're ready. Maybe they type in the word buy.
On the other hand, could they not be like your navigation of your website drives them to the sales funnel page for that product?
That's what I'm seeing a lot of is, you know, like I said, I was looking at some insurance type keywords. And so I was looking at different sites, and within their content, you know, they would have, you know, schedule a whatever. So I clicked on it myself, and it was a sales page. You know, it had like a little video embedded in it. It had, you know, all the lingo,
all the different
place, you know, where I could
get this, you get this, you get this, you get this, you get this.
Yep. And and if you know, you go to click away, a little, are you sure you want to do that? Or, you know, or maybe another offer pops up that's better than the previous one. So yeah, I've seen people adding that into their actual websites, the funnels.
So we're rolling into over an hour. So
I know I could talk all damn day.
No, this could be a 3-hour seminar. I don't want to. Maybe we'll have you back and do another one. I know. I want to respect everybody else's time.
I agree.
So I do want to kind of promote a couple things at the end of the call here. I said earlier today to stay tuned that I would be promoting a big contest that we're rolling out starting today. And that is for Marketing Boost affiliates. If you're an affiliate, if you're into referring other Marketing Boost other business owners to Marketing Boost. If you're not, you're going to want to be for this promotion. We have $7,500 in cash prizes to give away to the top 3 affiliates who refer the most new active Marketing Boost members between now and October 31st. So you've got a month and a half here to crank up your campaigns and crank up your effort to get as many Marketing Boost members on board and be a first place, second place, or third place winner. First place $4,000, second place $2,500, third place $1,000. So let me get some likes on that. Can I get some likes or some comments? Who's going to be number 1? Can I get somebody telling me they're going to take that away? Let me see some comments in the group, please, and on Facebook. So looking forward to that, guys. I can't wait to hand out some big checks to the first place, second, and third. We're also running another contest for Marketing Boost members. So whether you're an affiliate marketer of Marketing Boost, let me get back on over here, affiliate marketer for Marketing Boost, or you are using our vacation incentives, then here we've got it. We're going to give away the Marketing Boost member who gets the most vacation certificate activations between now and October 31st. Gets first place $1,500 cash prize, second place $1,000 cash prize, third place 1 year gold membership free. So I'm talking about giving away the complimentary trips that are when they're activated. You guys all know you earn, if you're a gold member, annual gold member, or a platinum any level member, you get paid commissions from $3 to $15 per certificate that's activated. And now we'll give you a bonus between now and October 31st, an additional $1,500 for whoever has the most activations. Second place, 1,000, third place wins a free trip. So get yourself all geared up for that, guys. I also want to let you guys know, if you're, those of you who are on, maybe not aware, we are offering services now to help and guide some of you that are, we were talking about the sales funnel pages, and one of the ways to do it, as Peter and I were just talking about, was, you have your website, you're building it for SEO, you're building all your navigation, but you can, some of your navigation pages can take them directly to the page designed to sell a specific product or service. And we are doing a service right now with on the Facebook page. You can reach out to us and book an appointment, a consultation, and we'll share with you, ideas on how you can either have us help you build it, or you can build it on your own. But we'll share with you ideas on how to build a sales funnel page that includes the Marketing Boost incentives. It includes the complimentary trips, or the hotel savings card, or the restaurant vouchers. We'll, book an appointment with us, no obligation to do anything, but we'll chat with you and show you ideas on how you can use marketing, better improve what you're doing for Marketing Boost lead generation, or for building these sales funnel pages that include the Marketing Boost incentives, and how to do the proper disclosures of, the taxes and fees aren't included. And, we take all the questions of how to do it out of the picture. We'll show you some examples, and then we can build it with you, or you can take the ideas and run with them and build them on your own. We're here to help, and we're looking forward to, we're also going to be launching, I'm going to be rolling out an affiliate bridge page, so to speak, kind of a Marketing Boost page, that sales funnel page that each of you would be able to grab and use for your affiliate marketing. And it'll be, it'll take them to a page where you can plug your brand, your product, and, along with Marketing Boost. And if they sign up for the Marketing Boost, it becomes your prospect to potentially follow up with them over and over until they become a Marketing Boost member, as well as a Marketing Boost prospect. So anyway, more to come. Stay tuned to the Facebook group. Stay tuned to the emails that we send out, guys. Trying to keep everybody educated and informed on more content like today. Thank you, Pete, very much. This was very informative. Again, I know it could be, SEO is a lifelong career to learn all the tips and tricks, and it never ends, the ongoing changes. As soon as you think you got it all down, Google changes their algorithms again.
So. Yep. And guys, in the group, in the Marketing Boost for Entrepreneurs group, if you guys have any questions, please, I know this is very broad. If you want more specific, go ahead and ask. I'll be happy to, after scuba diving, I'll be happy to answer some questions, and maybe I'll even look at some of your sites and give you some hints and tips and such. So. Wow,
I really appreciate that, Pete. Are you selling services anymore, or again, are you?
I'm not really, I'm just, no, I'm not even doing it anymore. I've retired.
You're not taking
this
on
is more
that's my point.
Right, exactly.
I really appreciate the offer to, if people ask you a question, I'll make you a group expert in the group, so people can, find you and chat with you and ask you questions. And if you're volunteering for that, boy, I really appreciate it. I'm sure all of
our man. Yeah, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just, I really enjoy doing this. So, keeps me on my toes anyway, keeps me educated.
Cool. So. Thank you again very much. And again, feel free to post ideas that are, or, stuff you do and learn. The rest of us would all learn from it. We really appreciate it.
All right.
Any
Thank you,
questions?
guys.
Any last minute questions in the group? Anybody on Facebook need to say anything? Shout outs? I'll shout out here to a couple friends here. I saw here Ann Klein from Grant the Dream. I see her on the Facebook page. Hopefully she's still there watching. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much. Do we see any last minute questions? Nope. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Love you, and we'll see you. Oh, by the way, one last promo I got to do. November 9th, put it on your calendar. November 9th will be Marketing Boost official event in Orlando. We're going to be at a Hilton hotel called the True Hotel. We're putting on an all-day, one-day event for Marketing Boost members, for prospects. We'll be publishing the page for that to buy tickets. It'll only be $97 for a member and $49 for a tag along if you're bringing a spouse or a business partner or associate, making it affordable, educational on all kinds of stuff, how to grow your business, how to use Marketing Boost, showing examples, different speakers we're going to have and success stories. You're going to want to come, get there, or be square. Again, love you guys. See you soon. See you all November 9th live in Orlando. Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Adios. Okay, Taco, thank you very much again.
Yeah, man. Take it easy, Marco.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
No problem.